Hello, Sat Sri Akal. This is AK. Welcome to our channel. So, in this channel, we are going to start a DSS series. In this DSS series, we are going to cover 300 plus questions. This DSS series will be beneficial for those students who are just appearing for their placements or the student who are new to DSA and wanted to learn it. So, this is our very first video lecture. Here are the following Here are the following prerequisites that you have to know before starting or seeing this video series. These are in any language like C++, Java or Python you are comfortable with. You have to know the one of them so you can start with this series. In that language you need to know how to use user input, output, what are the data types of that language. For example, in C++ there are int, float, character, string, like that. You need to know about the if and else statements. Next one, here are the switch statements. Here are the switch statements which you need to know. Then next, what are the arrays and strings? Next one, for loops, while loops. Then you have to know about what are the function and how we pass the value in it, like by pass by reference and pass by value. Time complexity, like time complexity, you need to know about the time complexity so you can just improve your time complexity. Like for example, if it is n square, then you need to improve it and you just need to convert it to big O of n. Then you can further improve it and convert into big O of log n, or you can further improve it and convert into big O of 1, so it will improve your code. So let's start with our very first lecture. In this lecture we are going to cover the pattern questions. So here is our first question. Like in this question, as you can see here, we need to print the pattern of stars. So these are columns and these are rows. These are columns and these are rows, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are rows and these are columns. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now there is a question in your mind why we are doing the DSA, so why we need to start with the pattern question. So why you're not starting with the array questions or like linked list? We are comfortable in this, but there are the many students who don't know about this, and for them I need to start from a basic. So here is our first question. We need to print the stars. So this pattern question will help you in developing your logic and help you in logic building. And after doing this pattern questions, you will be more comfortable with the loops. So in this question you need to print these stars. Here are, as you can count, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star in a row and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star in a column. So here are total 5 into 5, 25 stars. Total 25 stars that you need to print. So what logic you can think here? What logic you can think here is rows and column relationship. So just you need to establish the row and a column relationship. So just let's start with the code. So you can use any editor. I am using this Visual Studio Code. It is by far the best one for doing coding. So it is header, this is username std, and here is the main class. So in this, just so we are taking the input. So we are just coding in C++. So you can code it in any language. Then then there are the two ways you can solve this question. You can do it by you can do it with the help of a while loop, or you can also do it with the help of a for loop. So first I will do with the help of while loop. So we will just take one, then just we need to put the condition. So here what we are doing, so first we are just, so consider for I iterations that we are doing for the row, and for each row we are iterating column wise. We are iterating column wise. For those, this is the inner loop which is responsible for the columns. In one, like for, here is this. So in this there are total number of rows. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 rows. There are total 5 rows. For each row we are just initializing this loop from I equal to 0 and going till condition, like for, and let's just take the value of n, that consider it 4. Oh sorry, 5. So we are going till less than 5, that is till 4. Okay, so in each row we are iterating column, like for row 0 we are iterating column 0, then 1, then 2, then 3 and then 4. Okay, so okay, now what we need to do, just we need to increment the column. What we need to do, just we need to increment the column from 0 to, it will go to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. After that we will exit from this loop. After this one row is completed, we will increment the column. Oh, sorry. So then we will increment the rows from 0, then 1, then 2, 3, then 4. For each row, we are iterating over the columns. So for row 0, we are going from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. For row 1, we are going from column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for row 2, we are going column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for row 3, we are going column again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for last row, for n minus 1 row, that we are going from column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we just simply after incrementing, what we need to do, just we need to print the new line, and we are ready with our code. Let's just run it. Okay, so here enter the value. So what went wrong? Oh, sorry, it need to be in double quotes. So enter the value. Okay, so let's just run it. Oh, what is going on? So here, let's just enter the value. Oh, I think we have already put it. Oh, it's sorry, it's bad of me. Just run it again. Enter the value. Let's just enter the value 5. Okay. So now you can see the same pattern is printed. Okay. So let's just go on a next question. So in this second question of pattern, we need to print the primate, which is stick to the wall on the one side. So just take a pause of a minute, and you can just pause the video and you can just try by yourself. Okay, so let's just do it. So in this, what we gonna do, or I can give you a small hint, is that for each, like, these are columns and these are rows. So for each row, let me just correct it. Let me wait for a second. 4, then 5, 3. So for each row, the column is printing till the value of the row. For example, here the row number is 1. So the column is also printing till I is less than equal to, then row is less than equal to column, or we can say I is less than equal to j. I is less than equal to j. Like for here, the for row 1, the column 1 is calling. For row 2, it is printing till 2 times till the value of row. For column 3 it is printing 3. For column 4 it is printing 4. For column 5 it is printing 5. So let's just code it. So let's just name it pattern pattern second dot cpp. Make the old code copy. Now in this we are going to do with the help of for loop. For int I equals to 0, I is less than n I plus plus. Then we are going to print, make another loop, int j equals to 0 till j is less than. Now remember what we gonna do here is that we gonna print this till j is less than equal to I. Okay, till j is less than equal to I. J plus plus. Now just print put some gap. Just come out of the loop and print the next line. So here is our code ready. Let's just try it. So enter the value, let's just enter 5. So look, here we got a desired output. Like for row 1 it is printing till 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Okay, so let's just go to other question. So this is our pattern number 3. Let's just pause the video and try by yourself. Let me just give you a hint how to do it. Here what you can see that the column is increasing. For particular row the column in it is increasing, the value of j is increasing. Okay, for every row the value of j is increasing. So for every row the value of j is increasing. So here we can put 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the hint is this: for every row the value of j is increasing. So for row number 1 it is 1, then it is printing 1, then 2, then 3, then 1, then 2 and 3, then 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3 4 5. First you need to print the pattern, prime it, then after, then instead of printing star you need to print something else. So you can just pause the video and try it by yourself. So let's just do it. So what the this is our next pattern number 3 dot cpp. So here just let's just copy the code. What I have told you that the whole thing gonna remain same, but what gonna change is here that just printing, instead of star you just need to print the value of j. So let's just run our program. Okay, so 5. Okay, so what is happening over here is this: we are getting 0, or instead of starting with it 1 we are just starting it with 0. It is also okay, but let's just get this one. So as we can see that we are starting it with I equals to 0, let's just begin it with the 1, and just j also let's just begin it with 1, and let's just run our code again, enter our value 5. So here, so again there is a problem, as you can see, as I have just entered the value 5, and for here the 5, then one line is missing, that is 1 2 3 4 and 5. Someone can tell me what is going over here, or someone can correct me. There is a very minute mistake, if you can notice. Code. Yeah, okay, if you don't get, so here what we have done, we are just go on. Okay, so in I equals to, just we have to do this. So from I equals to 1, now we are running from I equals to 1 to 5. Let's just, before we are running from I equals to 1 to 4, that is why we are getting the 4 rows. Now we will again 5. Now you can see we have got the desired output. So while doing dry running the code, and you can just correct and improve, this will help you in logic building more. Just try it by yourself and it will be great. Let's just move to our next code, and this is our next code. Let's just pause the video and try it by yourself. Okay, so let's just do the code. Here you can see that, here you can see, or let's just make me change. Here you can see we are just printing again and again the value of the row. Okay, the value of the row, which is value of the row, which is I, and this is j. So what we are printing inside the loop I, in each iteration of j we are printing the value of I. So just we need to change. Let's just do in other code. Just make other file pattern number 4 dot cpp and just we paste the code here. What we gonna do instead of this, we just, this is so simple. Let's just run it. Value of 5. So here you got the desired output. So here you can also see there is a somewhat space in between. You can also get this space if you are doing it on Geeks for Geeks or other. You cannot able to pass the text cases because here the space is there and you are not giving a space. So what you can do here in I, you can do like this. Now you can again run it for 5 because it is important to pass the test cases if you are doing on an online platform. Let's just go with our last pattern question. Let's just pause the video and try it by yourself. This is also very simple. If you gonna think a little bit, you can able to solve it. Just you need to keep in mind the concept of row and columns, and you just need to play with that only. So let me just correct it for you. If those who have done this question, well and good. If और जिन जिन लोगों को नहीं आया, कोई डरने की बात नहीं है, मैं आपको अच्छे से समझाऊंगा. So this is our last question. We gonna learn PA patch number 5 dot cpp. So in this, what you can see how you gonna play and how gonna play with rows and columns in this. Here you can see this for row 1 it is printing, for row 1 it is printing 5 stars, for row 2 it is printing 4 stars, for row 3 it is printing 3 stars. Okay, and for row 4 it is printing 2, and then for 5 it is printing 1. It is just a reverse of this one. So while printing while printing, you need to print for row 1 j equals to 5, for row 2 j equals to, or you can say n minus 1, then n minus 2, then n minus 3, then n minus 4. There is a very small change if you gonna get it. So what we gonna do is here, just we gonna start, the row will remain same. What we gonna do, the change in our inner loop from 1 2 3 4 5, from j equals to 1 we need to print till, or we can do it like this, for n minus I, n minus I. For example, for example, our n value is, for example, our n value is 5, and for I, equals to 1, which is n minus, let's just start with 0, 0, 3, then n minus 1. Oh, sorry, for n minus 0, then you will get 5. Then for 5 minus 1, then you will get 4 star. Then n minus 2, you will get 3 stars. Then for n minus 1, then for n minus 1, oh sorry, for n minus 3, and for n minus 3 you will get 2 stars. Then for n minus 4 you will get 1 star. So from n minus 1 you need to run this loop till j equals to 0. From n minus 1, which is for example 5 minus 0, for this 0th row, for 5 minus 0, this gonna run for 1, then j will decrement to 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Then again for row first, the value 4, and the j will decrement to 3, then 2, then 1, then, and like this it will go. So we just need to print the value of j. So sorry for that. So instead of, just need to print the stars, just add some gap. So now here you can see that we are not print just for n equals to 5, we have just printed 6 times. What went wrong here is this, we are just going equal to, just we have to go till less than 0. Let's just print it again. So now here is fine. Okay, so that's all for today. तो मिलते हैं अपनी अगली वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय.